Jeremy here with HJH Adventures, and it is a sad day in the Hale's house because it's winter, November 3rd, and therefore the camper, this beautiful camper behind me, has to be winterized and put away for the winter season. Can't wait to get it out again, gonna miss it, but today we're gonna walk you through how to winterize, particularly 2013 LaCrosse Luxury Light, but you can utilize these same principles on your camper, your RV at home as well. Let's get to it. On my way to see my buddy Randy, who does this for a living and is going to help us through the process, explaining things for the video so that you can do this at home as well and save yourself time and money so you can spend it with your family going camping. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to get to the hot water heater. And then we want to drain the hot water heater, pulling the plug right here. Then we've got to go inside and bypass the hot water heater.
This is summer settings.
Yep.
So you close the top one, you open the middle, and you close the bottom. And now you're in bypass mode for wintertime.
So then we go to open all of the faucets.
Yes.
Kitchen, sink,
Yes.
and shower, which those are all currently open.
What I do in the shower, this is just something I do. You don't necessarily have to, but this is, I always just unscrew this head.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of water, and I just lay it down in there. That way I'm sure that there's no water trapped in the head that could break the head, and I just screw it back on in the summertime.
What's this adapter?
That's an air adapter so we can blow out the whole system. It's an air chuck. Right there. And
pushing.
it's going to start pushing air out.
So hook up straight in the city water, 20 to 40 pounds of pressure, all the valves open.
And right now what I do is I close these temporarily to put more pressure on your faucets and this.
Okay. All right, now that we got air on the line, we close the drains on the outside.
Blow these all out.
We've got air coming out of there.
Air coming out here so there's no water. Shut them off one at a time. Shut this one off. So the only one left is the toilet. Just step on it. Clear the valve. Now you'll hear this pressurize. Hear it pressurizing and stop. So right now the whole system has 40 pounds on it.
Okay.
So we're good here.
Okay, so we got the water pump underneath the kitchen sink.
Right. Okay, the valve to the right over here is the one where it draws from your freshwater tank, so we want to close that one off. And this one that sucks the antifreeze in, we open. And just bring this out and put it down in the jug.
We're gonna put 2 gallons of antifreeze in.
Only as much as we need. I always bring 2 gallons in case it takes that much. It usually takes pretty close. So now all the faucets are off. We can have this in. Now we turn the water pump on.
Okay.
And it'll prime.
So water pump is in the bathroom. I'll go turn that on. There it goes. So opening the drain helps prime the water pump.
Any faucet will help prime it and get sucking once it gets going. So it's just pumping it everywhere now.
Now generally 2 gallons is what's going to fill the lines, right?
Yep. So you've got pink.
That's good.
I'm waiting for it to shut off. Because it's going to suck the whole thing dry. Once it builds up pressure,
Yep.
it has a pressure switch on the end of the pump and it'll just shut off. Okay. So now.
Build that pressure back up. And now we're going to start
Now we got some pink coming through here.
pumping again.
Yep. So this faucet here is done. So there's pink in the valve now.
Good there. Good there. Now the pump, once you open that, the pump starts pumping more in, right?
Right. This one you gotta be a little careful of because it'll spray you in the face. See?
Yeah.
It's always that way on the hot side in the shower. Especially. That's it. I'll lay it down. It's non-toxic. It won't stain. It won't hurt anything. So now we did this. We did the toilet. We did the shower. There's nothing back here.
Suction valve off.
And this is the antifreeze line.
And we're leaving the actual water line off as well for the winter, right?
Right. The one that draws it out of the freshwater tank.
Yep.
All right. So usually what I do, I'll have a little bit left, even though may not need it. I'll pour just whatever's left down some drains just to make sure. A little bit down that drain. And a little bit down the sink drain.
Now there is a double sink here. We may want to.
They'll both go into one
trap.
trap.
Is it one?
Mm-hmm. There's only one trap for any one sink. Pour it there.
Put some in the toilet.
A little bit down here.
Yeah.
Let that go down in the tank.
Yeah.
I just leave a little bit in here just to keep this seal wet and lubricated so it doesn't dry out and it all evaporates out.
Sure.
So that's that.
Now that we have the water system all winterized, we also have to do some other things as well. We've got to shut the gas off, and if you can see here, here's where our gas is, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to close the valves. We want to close the valves. We don't need those open. We don't need to be losing any gas over the winter. Also a pretty good idea just to go ahead, disconnect your battery. You don't need to be losing any juice over the winter, and so the best way to do that, just go right ahead and take that nut off of the positive, such as this. Unhook those wires and you'll be set. And we're probably going to need a good charge come camping season again, but we're all set. We're not losing any juice. And the last thing we need to do is we need to actually protect the camper against mice. So there are a lot of products out there that tell you that they're great for mice. They tell you put dryer sheets in every hole, and you can see I have dryer sheets here. There's a product called Fresh Cab, and I still catch mice right next to the Fresh Cab. The only thing to do to get rid of mice is trap them and kill them. I mean, they're going to come into the camper. It gets cold, they're going to go to a warmer spot. It's just like you and your significant other. When she gets cold, whose cold feet are on you? Hers. She goes to the warmer spot, so do the mice. Doesn't matter what you have, dryer sheets, Fresh Cab, you name it. The only thing that's going to help you is setting traps, and I'm going to show you some of the ways that I do that for the winter. To fight off those pesky rodents that do so much damage, one of the things I do is I put these Catchmaster mouse traps underneath the camper. So preventative maintenance is usually the best maintenance and less costly. If you can catch them before they actually get in the camper, all the better. And I will put them right by the wheels because the mice are going to climb up the wheels and try and find a way in. So I just changed this one out. This one had 2 mice in it that jumped in there from the past month. This one's a brand new one. One goes under each wheel well. As you can see here, I have them right along the path, which is right by the woods. They're going to come running right towards the wheels. And again, you want the entrance towards the edge because that's where the mice always run, towards the edge of things. So our goal is to catch them before they climb up, try and find a hole to get in. That worked this past month, caught 2, but I also had 2 still inside, and that's with dryer sheets, Fresh Cab, and a million traps in there. As you can see, I've got traps. Here's a trap right here. I fill them with peanut butter. And this trap just had a mouse in it. Just yesterday I took out. So I've got them in all the corners, but I'm going to go ahead and put this glue trap right along the fireplace as well, because this seems to be a main area where they can get in. And that way, we will get them in every nook, every cranny, every corner. Last but not least in mouse prevention and winterization is I'm going to take the grating, the exhaust area for the actual refrigerator. If you look up top, there's one for the freezer as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this heavy-duty construction plastic bag, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to actually fit it inside the grating and put the grating over, because if we look underneath, there's all kinds of holes that the mice can get in. And I've seen traces in there before. I actually have mouse traps in there as well, and poison. So I'm just going to seal it off, try and take any of those areas where a mouse potentially could get in and prevent it from creating any damage into your investment into your camper. Well, after a cold, chilly, drizzly day here in Ohio, it feels good to be home around the fire, getting warmed up again. Hope you're warm as well. This has been Jeremy with HJH Adventures. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, life is always an adventure.